The flip of a switch and the room is illuminated. But have you ever thought about what's on the other side of the switch? What if we poked a hole through the wall and took a closer look? The switch is connected to the light fixture in this direction. But where does the power to light the light come from? Let's follow the power line down to the floor, across the floor joists, over and into the circuit breaker box, out to the meter, up the mast, through the weatherhead, and out to your neighborhood's power line. In Muscatine, we're all connected to electricity from Muscatine Power and Water. The electric utility serves 11,300 residential, commercial, and industrial customers using over 200 miles of transmission and distribution line and 12 substations. But MP&W is so much more than just wire and transformers. It's local people who work around the clock to keep your power on and our community humming. Let's get back to that power line. As we follow, we find dozens of people working every day, building and maintaining one of the nation's most reliable power distribution systems. And our journey along the power line has led us to the MP&W power plant. Units 7 and 8 are housed in the red building. And Unit 9 is located here. Let's take a look inside. The electricity it takes to light that bulb at your house comes from this big blue beauty. Inside, a powerful steam turbine spins a generator to the tune of 214,000 horsepower. It would take 27 top-fuel dragsters at 8,000 horsepower apiece to generate that much power. MP&W has generated power locally since 1924. Local generation gives Muscatine more control over power supply costs. And that control has helped keep consumer electric rates well below state and national averages. It takes a small army of men and women to operate and maintain the power plant. Each one of them is a neighbor of yours. But generating power for our hometown comes with a tremendous responsibility to our fellow citizens and the environment. Through emissions controls and by repurposing our byproducts, Muscatine Power and Water provides an efficient product to our customers while minimizing environmental impact through every step of the process. We use refined coal to reduce mercury. And recently, we've added an activated carbon injection system to further lower mercury emissions. Activated carbon captures fugitive mercury and eliminates it before it can be emitted into the environment. We also use an electrostatic precipitator, or an ESP, to capture fly ash. Then, local companies use that fly ash to produce concrete, and that concrete is used to pave our city streets and build the foundations of our community. When it comes to caring for the environment, Muscatine Power and Water has long been an innovator. In 1983, MP&W became the first power provider in the state of Iowa to utilize limestone to capture our sulfur dioxide in a process known as flue gas desulfurization. Not only does this eliminate potential acid rain, but it also creates a byproduct known as gypsum. That gypsum is then trucked to places like U.S. Gypsum in Minneapolis, where it is turned into drywall. And speaking of drywall, we could use a little bit of that to fix that hole we made in the wall. You see, Muscatine Power and Water touches just about everybody's lives, every day, with power, water, cable television, and high-speed internet. MP&W is a consumer-owned public utility. That makes you an owner. There's no big utility conglomerate calling the shots from hundreds of miles away. Local people with ties to our community keep the lights on, the water flowing, entertainment on the air, and and the World Wide Web at your fingertips. In the field, behind the scenes, around the clock, we are your reliable neighbor. And as we move forward, MP&W will continue to plan for the future, innovate, and bring new technology to our hometown. Like our involvement in a wind farm, which will provide a new source of alternative energy for Muscatine. MP&W is also investigating a community solar garden, which would make it possible for customers to buy and use solar energy without building solar panels on their own roofs or properties. So now you know where your power comes from. But remember, we're there when you pour that ice-cold glass of water too. And we're there when you surf the internet. Or when you surf the channels on your TV. Muscatine Power and Water. In the field, behind the scenes, around the clock. Your hometown utility is responsible, reliable, and ready for the future.